In this After Effects tutorial, we learn how to create the text reveal animations that you see on the screen. Subscribe to the channel and like the video as well so I can keep on doing what you love seeing. Let's go. Okay, so create a new composition. We will be using best settings, click OK, and then right click, go to new, solid, and then we create a solid, so give it a color, click OK, and then I'll press Ctrl T for text tool, or I can just go over here to select it and then type in your text. And I'll press Ctrl Alt Home and then Ctrl Home to center it here, and then I'll select pen tool and then draw a shape here. So click on it once, and then while holding shift click on it once more, and then by pressing Alt over here I can change the mode of this one, so make sure to have it no fill. So as you can see, by pressing Alt and then clicking, I can change this to have no fill, and then make sure to have a stroke of white color, and we will give this a value of 25. So we got a straight line, we close the settings here, and then we create another solid. So right click, new, solid, and then I'll change the color of this to black. Click OK, and I'll move this down here. So I'll press V for selection tool and then click on it once, move it while holding shift to the center of the line here, and then I'll parent this to the line so they both move together when I press P for position, and then I'll try to move this, as you can see. So I'll press Ctrl Z to undo, and now I can just parent this. Yeah, I parented this to the shape layer, and then I'll move the text down here and change the track matte option for this to alpha inverted. And now we want to animate the position, so go to the beginning and then press P for position, set a keyframe on it at the beginning, and then we move to 1 second, and then we animate the Y position like that. And now we are gonna select all the keyframes, press F9, go to graph editor, and then adjust the curves like that, so it starts fast and then ends slowly. So we got an animation like that. And now go to 2 seconds, set another keyframe for position. Now go to 3 seconds, we move by 1 second, and then copy this first position, and then by pressing Ctrl C and then paste it here. And then we select both of these keyframes, press F9 and animate it, just like the other one. That's it for the first one. Next one, we select pen tool right away, click on it once more while holding shift. So we have a straight line, and then make sure to have stroke at 15 value, and then make sure to have no fill at all, and then we can just center this from align panel, center this here, and then Ctrl Alt Home to center the anchor point, and then open the settings, go to add, and then add trim pass to it. And now go to first second, open the settings for trim pass, and then set a keyframe on end, and then change this to 0, go to 2 seconds, and then change this to 100. And then select the keyframes, press F9 to easy ease, so we get a smoother animation like that. And then we can just close the settings, Ctrl D to duplicate this one, and then while having both of this selected, here at 2 seconds we press P for position and then set a keyframe on each of this, and then go to 3 seconds, set another keyframe, and then we select them individually. So we select the second one and then change the Y value of position to +150. Now we select the first one, change it to -150, change the y value of it to -150. And now we select all of the keyframes, press F9 to easy ease for a smoother animation. And now we can just type in our text, so Ctrl T, or just go over here for text tool, that's the shortcut, and then type in your text. And now we want to align this from align panel into the center. And then by not having here anything selected, we go to rectangle tool, and then I press Alt and then click on this one, so change the modes of it, so we have no stroke, and then Alt click on this one again to have a fill. That's the shortcut for it as well. And now we draw a mask inside of the lines. And now we can press enter and then rename this to mask. And then we can go to 2 seconds, press S for scale, and then uncheck this one, set a keyframe on scale at 2 seconds, go to 3 seconds, set another keyframe, go back to it, and then change the y value of it to 0. And then select the keyframes, press F9 to easy ease, and then change the track matte of this text layer to alpha matte. So we get this type of reveal. And now if you want to make all of this disappear, so we go to 4 seconds and then copy this last keyframes one by one. So Ctrl C, Ctrl V to paste, Ctrl C, Ctrl V to copy and paste. We copy the last keyframes and then go to 5 seconds and then select the first keyframes now. So Ctrl C and Ctrl V to copy and paste. And that's how we make it disappear. And now if we want to change the colors for the lines, we can just go to select the layer and then go to effects and presets, type in fill, and then you can give it a color. So I copy this one, Ctrl C, and then paste it here, Ctrl V to paste, and there we have it. Next one, we select pen tool right away and then make sure to have no fill and then have the stroke value at 10 and then give it a white color. Click OK and then click over here, click once, and then while holding shift click once more, so we have a straight line. And now I press Ctrl Alt Home to center the anchor point and then Ctrl Home to center this into the screen. And then we can press Ctrl T for text tool, or just go over here and then type in your text. Now we align this from align panel into the center, and we can just move this while holding shift like that. And then while selecting text layer, Ctrl D to duplicate it. And then while holding shift, we move this like so, double click on it and then change the name of it. And now we need to create a solid, so right click, go to new solid, and then we can call this mask, give it a color, and then click OK. And now we move this down here above text layer and then press P for position, and we change the X value of it to the center of the line like that. So this will be our mask. And now we can just change the track matte option for the text to alpha matte, so it will show what's in the mask and it won't show what's not in the mask. So we change this to alpha matte, so as you can see it shows the text now, but if I were to move it, so now I press P, and if I move it to the right side, as you can see it won't show up. It's because we have this checked alpha matte. And now that's what we are gonna do. So we set a keyframe on position, go to the beginning, set a keyframe to position, go to 2 seconds, set another keyframe, go to the first one again, and then we change the X position of this until it disappears. And now we are gonna do the same for reveal, but the opposite way. So Ctrl D to duplicate this mask and then put this above the other text. And then we can just turn this on, this eye icon on, and then change the track matte option for this one to alpha inverted. This will basically do the opposite. It won't show what's in the mask and it will show what's not in the mask. So now we press P for position and then set a keyframe at the beginning, and then we go back to 2 seconds, set another keyframe, and we change the first one, the X position of it. So now our mask is here, so it won't show what's in the mask. So I move this onto the left side, and then we can select all of the keyframes, press F9 to easy ease, so that we have this type of animation. And then we can just animate the line. So we put this up above and then press S for scale, uncheck this one, set a keyframe on scale and move by 5 frames by pressing page down 5 times. And then set another keyframe, and now we change the Y position of the first one to 0. Select both of the keyframes and then press F9 for a smoother animation. Let's have a look.